What's up YouTube, Metallic here, and today I want to talk about Hades. So I'm going to be very transparent and upfront. I've never really played much of any roguelites, or rogue diets before my Discord voted for me to stream Hades. I had a basic understanding of what you can expect from this genre of games, but the concept of an hour of work could amount to nothing but a bit of experience for a player versus in-game experience progression always turned me off. Do I mean nothing to you? However, after playing this game, I can safely now say that I understand the greatness of games like Hades and Slay the Spire and what they truly have to offer. Let's begin. If you're new to the channel, I first want to welcome you here and hope you are doing well, and encourage you to subscribe and hit that bell notification to not miss any future uploads. Come on over to twitch.tv/Aerox to be a part of a growing community where I stream video games several days a week. Unlike the Balan Wonderworld review I completed not too long ago, I will be avoiding spoilers for this game for a few reasons. That mainly being I actually want you to play this game and see that this game is very much worth your time, unlike Balan Wonderworld. But for the story, here's the TLDR version without spoilers. You play as good boy, Zagreus, the prince of the underworld. His goal is to escape dear old dad Hades and virtually hell itself. He said the name of the game. Along the way, Zagreus learns that his parents always weren't what he believed them to be. In fact, his true mother is Persephone and not Nyx, like he was always told growing up. So ultimately, our boy Zagreus' goal is to escape Hades, head to Mount Olympus, and seek out his true mother. I gotta say, the story itself is very basic, relatable, and understanding behind of why he wants to do this. The fact that he now realizes his true mother is somewhere out there promotes a curiosity and desire to learn more about her and what happened between his father and her. Every step along the way, you will feel the need to keep pursuing each run and learn more about the ever-growing story about what happened between the two, along with the perspective and thoughts of other Olympians within the game, since for the most part, they are assisting with you in your urge to escape from hell with their powers. Now let's dive into what I really love about this game, which is just about everything. First, the gameplay, the bread and butter of the game. How does it fare? It's pretty freaking good. The game runs and feels super polished, not once during my 30 attempt escapes with 14 actual clears, small flex there, did I run into any operational standpoint issues. It felt like nearly a perfect game, and Supergiant Games truly made a masterpiece. No wonder why it's so critically acclaimed. Before each run, you will choose a weapon of choice. Sword is the only option at first, but more unlocked through purchasing with keys. And each weapon has strength in what it excels at, and what builds can help you clear through the underworld. I've cleared the game with all the weapons several times, along with different aspects, which are different variations of the base weapon itself. One of the best features of this game is the weapons and how vastly different they can be. Want something with range offensive? Use the bow or the railgun. Want to get up close and personal? The sword or the gauntlets have got you covered. Do you want to use a Beyblade and never block once during your run? The shield is for you. Seriously, I did not believe I never tried blocking the main idea of a shield itself. During the run, you'll encounter other rooms with enemies usually to clear, or even a friendly face after completion of said room. You'll be rewarded a boon or some other self-explanatory item. The boons will provide some form of effect that'll further enhance your chance at succeeding the run. These could be anything from increasing your attack, your speed, your damage resistance, dash effects, the list goes on and on. One of the main reasons why I love the setup so much, it's because it's very similar to a sense of playing a card game using a draft mechanic, which means you are building as you go further along with the game with 3 options, and you take one, which adds a layer of strategy as well as in your ability to react to whatever's thrown at you in the game. This building system harkens to something like Slay the Spire, and the idea and the concept of this incentivize you to keep playing runs to see how overpowered your builds can be for whatever weapon you choose. Plus, the game also promotes exploration with the concept of fated choice, which is something you will need to complete for more in-game goodies. One of the greatest things I appreciate the most about Hades is the progression system based on our boy. Throughout your run, you will collect darkness and send currency on a mirror in your bedroom. This does itself give Zag a permanent buff, but other effects to his system as well. Some are critical, such as additional revives upon death. So it's a great way to reward the player for playing the game, and personally, this is what sold me on wanting to play the game, because I felt as the player, At the time, I wasn't super familiar with roguelikes. It just was enough for me to try it without complaining because I felt my time was not going to waste upon an unsuccessful run. So having a progression-based system I can do even upon failing made me feel like my time was not being wasted in the short run. The combat itself as Hades is full of action with many distractions on screen aside from the enemies. There are often even room hazards such as bombs, spikes, and even freaking lava that can seriously add up to your loss of health if you're not being careful. However, the thing is, you can actually use these to your advantage. Especially later on in the game, you may actually want to use these traps in a way to deal massive damage and help clear out rooms quickly. Consider the fact you are really utilizing your environment keeps things possibly fresh in terms of constant escapes. During the combat itself of the game, you'll be mainly using normal attacks with your weapons, a special attack that is often specific to the weapon, and generally, in my opinion, the most used combat dealer depending on the weapon itself, and of course, our cast attack system. Kind of think of the cast like a ranged magic attack that can change depending on the boons you get. All your boons can influence these core attacks as well, and for that sheer amount of diversity, it keeps coming you back more to an already enjoyable combat system that I cannot help but love. For an indie game? Yes, you heard me, an indie game. This game's presentation and execution far surpass some even AAA developers. The art style for all the characters are phenomenal. Looking at each character and all the details, it provides a depth of expression and personality that is nothing like anything else that has came out for quite some time. Even the overworld has a layer of charm that is visually pleasing to look at, whether it's the main hub for the game or even throughout all the realms you'll be exploring. The voice acting? God, the voice acting is also top tier. As an inspiring voice actor,
my name is Kermit the Frog. Welcome to the internet. Have a look around. Anything
hey, I said aspiring. I never said good. The level of quality in their voiceover is top notch. It creates a sense of immersion, something like in high refined media.
Don't know her all that well, but I do know Nyx. And I've been bound to secrecy as part of.
And the thing I love is the voice acting is in the realm of not being over the top anime acting, but also not very bland, but a good sense of realism you would find in most Western shows such as Family Guy. It has a great blend of what dynamics and voice inflection are needed to very much match the suit of the scene at hand. The music is phenomenal. Wait, I can't use the same word as the previous section, it'll sound repetitive and lazy. And since I don't have a sponsorship, let's use a thesaurus. One for the books. The music for Hades is one for the books. The music is very well constructed, utilizing a great mix across the board for all the tracks, and the way the instrumentations are utilized as well, it gives it such an atmospheric presence of unique. Like honestly, in tracks like God of the Dead, the combination of great both metal tracks and the use of a theremin was something I didn't realize would stand out so well and something I needed so badly. Even in some of the more calming tracks like Hymn to Zagreus, really know how to make less feel more. The use of reverb on the vocals and the diction of the singer is nothing but captivating. Every track has a place in the game, and I can't help think of a time where the music didn't deliver. Sure, a lot of the tracks may have a similar theme, but it's to the point where it feels justified, so no complaints in that regard. It's got something for everything, so please go check out the full soundtrack. All in all, Hades is a roguelike that I feel is a near perfect experience for anyone wanting to further explore into the genre, but still being able to feel that death doesn't feel so bad, because with each death, it gets you just one step closer to buffing up Zagreus and getting more sweet stories from the inhabitants of Hades. Between the near perfect gameplay that stays timeless, impeccable presentation throughout the whole story, and the delivery of what a team wanted to accomplish from the get-go, this is one of the best games I have played in quite some time. During my time live streaming this over at twitch.tv/Metallic Aerox, I had nothing but the best time experiencing this game, and honestly, I still even come back to this game doing some of the additions that are added to the game upon reaching the credits, and I've just been loving it. Thank you so much for watching as I spent about 10 minutes talking about how much I love this game. It has even opened up so much for me to try other roguelikes such as Slay the Spire, Dead Cells, and even 20XX. Let me know down below in the comments section what your experience with this game, and what other roguelikes I have not mentioned that I should check out. Have a great night, everyone. Take it easy, stay safe,